There are multiple kinds of glass, glossy, and matte coatings. Plasma deposition coating is an example of a glossy coating variant, but it is best classified separately due to how different it looks and because of its rarity. Plasma deposition coating is a glass coating treated with a marginally anti-reflective material which is fused to a glossy 27-inch 2560 by 1440 or 5120 by 2880 resolution AHIPS panel from LG. Examples of 5K monitors are the Dell UP2715K, Iyama XP2779QQS, and Planar IX2790. Displays are glossy by default and have coatings applied to them. Glossy coatings are the clearest and most vibrant, but are the most reflective. There are multiple types of glossy coatings, such as the previously mentioned plasma deposition coating and low-haze or almost glossy coatings used by most glossy monitors made after 2015, and the newest coating from LG, which is a mix between an almost glossy or low-haze and semi-glossy coating used by monitors such as the HP24 Envy. The low-haze coating used by the HP 25 and 27-inch CW, ER, ES, and XW series and HP Spectre 3.2 monitors is equally as clear as a regular glossy coating, but slightly less reflective. This is a photo of the glossy HP 25VX IPS panel and the almost glossy or low-haze coated HP 27XW. Notice how much clearer the reflection is on the HP 25VX, while it is more distorted or hazy on the less reflective HP 27XW. However, it still looks equally as clear and vibrant compared to a regular glossy coating. This is a three-way comparison of the matte BenQ BL2710PT, which uses an AUO HVA panel, which is AUO's version of IPS, versus the crossover 2755 AMG, which uses a plasma deposition coated LG AHIPS panel, and the third monitor is a glossy PLS panel using QNX QX2710. Notice how the BenQ BL2710PT's black areas of this image show a slight white haze or blur, which are in areas which show clear reflections on the QNX QX2710. Meanwhile, almost no reflections or haze can be seen on the crossover 2755 AMG, but the black areas of this photo look a bit bluish and washed out, which would indicate that the monitor has a higher measured black level or lower measured contrast than the others, but this is not actually the case. The 2755 AMG has a similar contrast ratio to the other monitors, but compared to the glass-covered black border, the darkest black that the monitor can display looks washed out compared to the pure black of the glass-covered black border. The following are close-up macro photographs of multiple monitors' pixels by the reviewer Dead or Alexander Greisen. These photos show the different panels' pixel structures as well as the impact of different kinds of coatings on the clarity and vibrancy of the panel's pixels. It is clear that matte-coated monitors, such as the BenQ BL2710PT's pixels, look a little bit hazy or sparkly, along with the Asus PA279Q, even though both use some of the lightest matte coatings available. The Dell U2711, on the other hand, which uses an old, wide-gamut CCFL backlit LG IPS panel, has a very strong matte coating, which is one of the strongest available aside from the coating most 1440p 27-inch TN panels use. The pixels of glossy monitors such as the Acer S236HL, crossover 2730MD, and plasma deposition coated crossover 2755 AMG and crossover 27QW all look perfectly clear as well as more vibrant than the matte coated BenQ BL2710PT, Asus PA279Q, and Dell U2711. The first of two of the final coatings to mention is the semi-glossy coating most low-end and mid-range TVs use, and the new semi-glossy coating such as the Dell S2418H, S2718H, HP24 Envy, and 2560 by 1440 IPS panel used by the Dell S271D. Semi-gloss is one of the worst coatings for brightly lit rooms since it turns glare into a white haze and makes dark content look washed out. The effect is similar on the semi-glossy coating new LG AHIPS panels use, though both coatings should only be used with bias lighting, which are lights placed behind the display. Glare and reflections are nearly eliminated if only bias lighting is used. plus bias lighting can also vastly increase the perceived black depth of a display as long as the brightness is not cranked. 90 nit or CDM squared brightness of white on a display pairs well with a 2500 lumen bias light, which costs around $20 to $30 for an LED version. Plasma deposition coating is my favorite coating, since it is the most vibrant and least reflective of the glossy coatings, but I vastly disapprove of LG's choice to make the glass-covered bezel black, since the black bezel ruins the perceived black depth. If the bezel was dark gray, I would still own a display with plasma deposition coating. Make sure to check out my other display improvement videos about proper display height, proper lighting, and using lighting to vastly increase the perceived black depth or contrast, greatly reduce glare, and nearly eliminate AHVA, IPS, and PLS glow.